US President Donald Trump has just announced a whole host of new tariffs that will affect every corner of the market, motorcycles included. So what does that mean for you and how bad could it get? Let's break it down. Okay, first things first, what even is a tariff? Well, a tariff is essentially a tax that a government slaps on imported goods. It's usually meant to protect local industries and raise some extra cash. So let's say a motorcycle costs $10,000 and a 25% tariff gets added onto it. That normally means you're now paying $12,500 for it. Ouch. Now, we could spend all day diving into the politics of why these tariffs exist, but I'm not here to do that. I'm here to talk about what it actually means for us, motorcycle consumers. So what's happening then? Well, old Trumpy has just announced a huge list of tariffs that vary from country to country, with a baseline of 10% across the board, but some being much higher. But for us as riders, we need to look at a couple of places: Japan, China, India, and Europe. Majority of the most popular motorcycles in the United States are Japanese designed and made. Honda, Kawasaki, Suzuki, and Yamaha, the big four. And while some parts are manufactured elsewhere, majority of the imports into America come from the home country of Japan. And guess what? They have just been smacked with a 24% tariff. That means it's going to cost 24% more to import those bikes, and 9 times out of 10, that cost is directly passed on to consumers, us. Now, I'm an Aussie and we're used to getting shafted when it comes to the price of bikes here down under. I mean, we're on an island in the middle of nowhere, so it costs more to get things here. And it sucks. But now Americans are going to start to feel that same burn. Let's take some real examples of if those tariffs get added on. We'll go straight to the most popular brand of bike in the US. Honda. They're already a premium brand and can be on the expensive side. A new Goldwing Tour would go from $28,700 to almost $35,600. A Rebel 500 from $6,500 to over $8,000. How about a Triple R Fireblade from $29K to almost $36,000? Other popular models from Japanese makers: Ninja 500 from 5.3 to 6.5, the new R9 from 12.5 to 15.5, or a Hayabusa from 19,400 to over 24 grand. This is going to be the story across the board, and it's only going to get worse. The European Union has got a 20% one on them, so that means the KTMs and BMWs will see a 20% bump. India has seen a 26% bump, so that's your Royal Enfields. But what about China? Well, a pretty huge 34% one is coming their way, so those budget CF motos won't be quite as budget as they were before. That 450 SS you were eyeing at $5,700? Try over $7,600 now. In a nutshell, buying a motorcycle new will become a lot more expensive in the US if these tariffs go ahead and the prices are carried on to consumers. But it may go even further than that. It'll also mean that parts for those bikes will get more expensive, and then insurance will go up. Gear like jackets, boots, and helmets, all of it could see price bumps. The demand for used motorcycles will probably increase too, as fewer people will want to pay the price for a new one. And we haven't even spoken about what it'll mean for US brands like Harley. You think that they'd benefit, right? Well, maybe not. It's expected that a lot of countries will implement retaliatory tariffs against the US. So that means local brands, Harley, will have a tougher time selling their bikes overseas. And those areas are important for them, sales-wise. It's hard to see this ending well right now. And again, I'm not here to judge the policies themselves, only the repercussions and what it means for regular riders like you and me. The US has had it pretty good when it comes to bike prices for a while now, compared to us anyway. So it'll be very interesting to see how the motorcycle market and consumers react once the heat is turned up and those tariffs come into place. So what do you think? Are these tariffs going to wreck the motorcycle market, or is it just going to be a temporary bump? If you're from the US, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. How are people reacting over there? What's the vibe in your riding group? There's a lot of uncertainty, but one thing is clear. Motorcycle prices are only heading in one direction, and that's up. But thanks for watching. Hope you ride safe. Until next time, see ya.